Okay, so the file name is going to come from this, oops, I deleted the wrong one, create item. So the file name, we have here the display name from our get attachments. And we have here the file content, which is the attachment content. And that is also from our get attachment content. So we have now the display name and attachment content when we create an item. So something similar we need to do also when we update the item. The only difference is here that, for example, if you have in the master list ID, the master list item, 2 attachments, and then you have synchronized with the child list item, and then you go back in the item of the master list and you delete 1 attachment. So then you have 1 only, not 2. How do you manage to delete the right one in the child list? You can do that as well by grabbing the attachment of that item, then looking which one is missing, and then removing that one, and so on and so forth. That is also doable, but I think the easiest way to do this is to delete all the attachments from the child list item, and then just write again all the attachments that are available in the master list item. That is the easiest way in the workflow. But you can think about it also for your use case scenario. So maybe it's for you a little bit different. Okay, so before we add any attachments into the updated item, we need to delete them, as I said. But to delete them, we need to get them first. So we need to do here a get attachments again, but this time from the child list. So I'm going to go into that child list communication side, select that child list here, and then the ID that we are using is again from that get items here. No, we're going to use the same one. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to place it here because that is exactly the same ID. Let me show it to you again. So we are going here into the outputs of this get items action here, and grabbing from the value the first item, which is index 0, and we are getting this ID. And so that's how we have those IDs then. Okay, so oh crap, I deleted it. Okay, so the next action after we get these attachments is that we want to delete the attachments from that child item. So that's, we have to select now again our communication side, then our child list here, and then the IDs of the list item the file is attached to is again the same one that we are using here. And the one will be from the update item, no? Because we have that ID here, so we can use it here as well. The file identifier of that for the delete attachment option is going to come from the get attachments, because that's why we get them here, so that we can find them in the item and then delete them. So by using the get attachments to, which is the one from the child, we are going to place here the file identifier, and then we are going to get and apply to each loop. Again, because in that child list item can be more than one item attachment. That's why we need to create this apply to each loop. Okay, so now we are getting this, and here in this loop we are deleting this. No? So maybe 3 attachments, we go 1, 2, 3 and delete all of them. In the next action, we are going to get the attachment content from these attachments from the master. It's similar to the one that we did here, because now we want to write. Now we want to write again the attachments that are the final state of the attachments that are in the master list. So we want to get here the attachment content. Or actually, to skip this, we can make it a little bit easier and maybe copy this and paste it here, because it's exactly the same. Oh no. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but it looks like it doesn't like the copy and paste function. So let's do it manually. Okay, I need to save because I want to test it in a little bit, and I'm afraid that it will go wrong if I don't save it. Now we are safe. And yeah, so let's try to build this again. So let's say here get attachment content. Since this is in the left-hand side, we need to recreate it here because these sides cannot communicate with each other. No? It either goes right or it either goes left. So if it goes right, it doesn't know what's happening here. So we need to do it again. Okay, so let's see, get attachment content. We need to get this again from our master list side. This is our master list here. And the ID is again from our get attachments, no, from this one here. So get attachments ID. Over here, it will create another loop. Now this is a third loop. And the file identifier is the same one that we use here, which is from the apply to each ID, which is this one here. To outputs, well, that's one the wrong one. This one needs to go here, and this one is the ID from our item, which triggered, let's write it here, which triggered the workflow. So this one here. Okay, so let's do a recap here. Again, when to get this attachment content from our master item, we use the ID from the trigger because that's the trigger was from the master item, and then the file identifier is coming from our get attachments because the get attachments is grabbing the attachments from the master. Okay. So we have the attachment contents. Now we want inside of this loop to create the attachments in the child list item. So we are going to do it a similar way like here. And we are going to use the add attachment option here. And this time in our child list item. So select that one. The ID is again the one from the update item because we have it here. The file name is coming from get attachment content 2. Display name. No, sorry, get attachments. Get attachments here, this one. Yeah, that attachments, exactly. Get attachments. A bit too many attachments here. Display name, there it is. And the file content is coming from get attachment content 2. Okay, so I think I've done all the right way. So let's save it and test it. Maybe it goes wrong, maybe not. Let's see. Okay, so manual test will be first by saying new item. And we are in the master list. So let's say test trip. Reason for travel, testing. I don't know, it doesn't matter actually. Let's place my name here. Travel start date will be next week. Travel end date will be 3 days later. British Airways, 123, 123. And then let's test it without attachments. No? So let's click save. And we have in the child list nothing yet. Our workflow should run now in a second. It even ran successfully. Okay, and as you can see, why? Let's see here in the get items. If you download this, we can see here that this body value where we want to count the length, it's empty. This array here is empty. You can see it. That's why it went after the condition into the true, because we compare it with 0, and we create the item, and then the create content here did not happen because there's no content to create. And in our child list, we have this newly created item here, and the synced ID is 2 because the let me add it here, because the ID of this master list item is 2. Okay, I had to turn someone on mute because I was seeing myself. Yeah, so this worked, but we don't have any attachments, but we don't have attachments in the master list item either. So let's do another test. This time we are going to do another manual test. This time we are
Enea, you're muted.
I'm telling you guys, I'm not muting myself. I don't know if someone is muting me because I did not click on mute. Okay.
Check
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry again. So as I was saying, I don't know what I was saying because I don't know when I stopped when you stopped hearing me. But again, we have here in the master list no attachments, and here we have the synced item. So what I'm going to do next is I put my flow in run, and I'm going to edit this item here. I'm going to call this test strip 2, and I'm going to add 2 attachments. So let me add this 2 attachments here. And as you can see, we have these 2 attachments. I'm going to click save. And my workflow should now trigger and go the right path. If it works, we'll see in a second. This is now running. Come on. I'm running late. Let's see if it's already here. Not yet. But it has not recognized that we have 2 attachments. I don't know why it's taking now so long. If you have any questions, let me know now in the comments. Now we'll have a little bit of time. This is still running. You know that video, why are you running? Should I cancel it? Let's cancel it. Okay, edit. Jesus Christ, it's got the new designer now. Don't want that. Okay, let's see if it's here, cancelled. But it did change the title, as you can see, because we wrote test strip 2. So the title did change, but okay, now it runs successfully. It also went here. And if I refresh this, okay, the test strip 2, the number 2 is from the run before, but now we have also the attachments. So if we go here, we have also the attachments. So I don't have any time anymore, but if I now delete here one attachment, you will see that here this will run again on the right hand side, and in the child list we will have only one attachment. Okay, I think that's it. Let me. So I can show this quick Q&A. I don't think we have any time. So thank you.